class, it's me, Janet, and I'm here today to help you understand fractions a little bit better for my third grade class. I have chosen third grade math, and the unit will be fractions. I have my daughter Julie with me to help me demonstrate as we go through all of our centers. So let me introduce Julie to you. We'll get started. So this is Julie.
Hi.
And obviously a little bit older than a third grader, but I don't have any third graders, so Julie's going to help me out demonstrate all of my centers. All of my centers are aligned with a lot of our TEKs in third grade, which cover a lot of the fraction information that third graders will need to understand and learn. And also, and a lot of my students, in fact, all of my students should be able to complete every task at every station, whether they are ESL, special ed, dyslexic, high, or low. They are suited for everyone in my class. So let's get started, Julie. My first center is a basketball game that I created, actually with the help of some online help. It includes a dice, a bucket, 8 basketballs, some fraction cards, some tables to color in the fraction that you create by tossing basketballs, and your math journal. This is Julie's math journal. I have all of the accessories that you would need: scissors, glue, pencils, markers, and crayons ready for the stations. So our first step would be to tape our basketball hoop onto the end of your desk. Make it good and secure. We cover fractions from whole to half, thirds, fourths, sixths, and eighths. So I created some dice using 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. Each person has one dice. They take their turn. They roll the dice. And Julie rolled, roll it again, Julie. Julie rolled a 3. So she would get 3 basketballs. She would put her tape on the floor to measure her free throw line. Stand behind her tape and toss 3 balls into the bucket. Okay, Julie got 2 out of the 3 into the basket. So as she gets back to her spot, she opens up her journal, grabs a pencil, and try number 1, 2 basketballs out of 3, and the fraction for that would be 2/3. After she writes down 2/3, she picks up the corresponding graph, colors in 2 out of the 3, and would glue it into her journal. Good job, Julie. All right, and her journal looks like, after 1 is completed, there we go. This can be done at a number of times, say 20, or it can be done on a timer, and when the timer's up, that's the end of this station. All right, let's move on to number 2. Okay, here we are for station center number 2, which is either making a flip book or coloring in our fraction bars. If it's on a timer, not sure how much time we would have to complete both, so you can choose one or the other. On the flip book, after you're completed, this is what will go on the front. So we start with our whole. Julie, can you pick that up and show me what that looks like? And we'll color the whole. We'll color the whole bar, and we'll leave the line as a whole. Once she completes coloring the whole, and the whole bar, she will take a scissors and cut on the line. This creates a flip, which will take her to her halves. She will color in 1/2, a half of a bar, and then take her pencil and write 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 2/2, which also equals 1 whole, and cut on the dotted line. Once she has completed all of her cuts, she will then have a cover which will go over the front. We'll staple together and she will have her fraction flip book created by Julie. Good job, Julie. Or the other one at the center is a fraction bar, which at the top says color each row a different color and label each fraction bar piece. So as I have on the walls next to us, I have different fraction bars, which can be examples for the children, the students to see, and they will color each fraction bar and label that 1, 1/2, and then after it's completed, it will be put into a baggie and have a student's name placed on it, all inside the baggie. Now on to station number 3. All right, station 3 is has got some worksheets with it. It's going to be either adding, subtracting fractions with common denominators, or coloring in the said fraction on each piece. All we have to do for this center is grab one of the sheets and start adding or subtracting. Let me see one of those sheets, Julie. Very good. So for example, 3/9 plus 4/9 equals 7/9, and they would just write that next to the equation. Pretty simple station. All right, so on to station number 4. Station number 4 is identifying fractions, which comes with fraction cards, a sheet for recording your answers, and I included a little sheet to indicate the number of shaded parts goes on the top, the number of parts in all goes on the bottom, and on the back to remind you the numerator is the number on top and the denominator is the number on the bottom. So we get our pencils, we get our cards, and we begin by choosing a card. This one, for instance, says write the fraction, and you can see on the fraction bar what fraction of the shape is shaded. So we can see that 2 of those sections are shaded, so our fraction for number 1 would be 2/8, and continue on until we reach card number 30. All right, good work, Julie. On to station number 5. All right, center number 5 is working with equivalent fractions. And for station number 5, we also have the use of this wonderful equivalent fraction bars that we can put together to help our hands-on and visual learners a little bit better. So Julie put that aside, and we'll show you what our station will be here. We will have paper plates. We will have a template to make your own circles with construction paper in the container. And don't use the black because it won't show up. But So you'll choose your paper and cut circles, or you'll choose the circles that have been cut already for you. We will place them on, glue them onto paper plates. And we will make that as our one hole by writing 1. The next paper plate we'll divide in 1/2. So she'll draw a line and write 1/2 on each side. And then simply cut the plate in half. Now, after she does this, she'll do 1/3, 1/4, 1/6, and 1/8. And after she completes all of them and cuts them in half, we can compare them and understand better that 1/2 is the same as 2/4 or 3/6 or 4/8 by placing the pieces on top of each other. Now, for those that struggle a little bit more with understanding that and need a different type of visual, that's where